Now, we've done a couple of videos on this a little while ago on the 15-minute mortgage discovery call, which is how I operate. Now, the mortgage discovery call, of course, fits in with this concept. There's the book, by the way, everything in there. Get that book for the summer. Get that read on the beach if you want to as well. Okay, anyway, this is the 15-minute discovery call. We've talked about this before. Now, there's all sorts of things going on here in the 15-minute discovery call, but the bit I want to focus on is this bit down here, fee disclosure. Now, fee disclosure is what the regulators call it, because you have to disclose your fee. It's all a bit fancy, isn't it? Right, Mr. Customer, I'm going to disclose my fee now. It's £500. You know, it's just wrong. I have seen people do it like that, but you don't want to be doing it like that at all. You need to disclose your fee, but you need to handle the conversation around it. In order to, looking at consumer duty here, make sure the customer is aware of the value they get for it, because you have to justify any cost. Product manufacturers have to do that now as well. Now, the fee disclosure itself is really important, but just prior to that, maybe the section before the handling of the fee conversation, you do need to share your story. Now, I call it the story. Let me share my story. I call it a story. A lot of people call it your value proposition. We've talked about it a few times before. But the point here is that you do need to make sure your customer or client, actually they're not a client yet, by the way, because they haven't paid you. They become a client when they've agreed a contract. They're still a customer. They need to know what you're about. And it's important that you get this bit right, because in my world, I've moved on from doing my previous part of my career as a mortgage advisor, mortgage broker, sales manager, all those good things. And I now help as many people as I possibly can to become a really good mortgage advisor, mortgage broker, and to accelerate their career in this industry. I help BDMs to talk better with mortgage advisors. I help mortgage advisors to become better at their jobs and enjoy their job and really serve this noble trade. And that's what I do, and I actually thoroughly enjoy that. I get paid for it because you have to pay the bills, but the fact is I do that as an underlying kind of reason to be. Oh, raison d'etre. A bit of French there for you. I actually enjoyed that. Not very good, was it? But, you know, looking around, different people do the same thing. Now, this bloke here amazes me, this guy here. You know the guy, Elon Musk. You've seen him in the press. He's the bloke that tried to buy Twitter for a few $1 billion and then changed his mind and decided not to. And he's now going to court about it. It's just wrong, isn't it? But he's one of the richest guys in the world, if not the richest guy in the world. Now, he started SpaceX. Here we go. SpaceX, of course, is the company that shoots rockets up to space. He founded in 2002. Now, his intention, his reason to be, is he has the goal of reducing space transportation costs to enable the colonisation of Mars. And that's what he's doing it for. Yes, he makes a bit of money and he gets a huge amount of publicity, which is how the bloke rolls anyway. But that's why he's doing it. And he said here, just move across this so you can read that, we want to open up space for humanity. In order to do that, space must be affordable. And he's made it affordable with his reusable rockets and things. But this is the big one here. It says, if humanity doesn't land on Mars in my lifetime, I would be very, very disappointed. And that's what Elon Musk does. That's why he runs that company. Whether you believe that or not is up to you. I do. Because the guy's got more money than he knows what to do with. These things are just hobbies, aren't they? But you need to do the same thing. You need to share your story. Tell people what you're about. As a mortgage advisor, mortgage broker, you help people to purchase their homes, raise finance by sourcing the marketplace to get the very best finance to suit people. That's what you do. You then help people through the maze of jargon and complexity and paperwork, which is quite a lot in the legal side as well. And you help them by being fully prepared to deal with any problems that crop up along the way, because they do. You're holding people's hands and you're there to help them as much as possible. And you've done that for hundreds of people in the past. If you're starting off, your firm has done it for hundreds of people in the past. And therefore you want to make sure people are well looked after along the way. That's kind of a nice story if you're a mortgage broker, mortgage advisor. But, you know, find out what you're all about. So let's get on to the fee conversation. And the way you introduce this is these words here. Let me explain now how I make a living. Now, that's a lovely way of putting it, because, you know, you have to make a living. Yes, you do. Don't do anything for free. You know, I know there's competition and there'll be people wanting to do mortgages for no fee and all that palaver. I get it. They won't be around for the long term. They won't, because they won't have a sustainable business. You need to be charging a fee, and you need to explain to your customer how you make a living. So let's talk about how we do that. The first thing you want to do is you want to get them comfortable with the topic that's about to come up. Now here's the process for you, which I've got for you. Here's the process. The first thing you do is you contextualize this with other professions. Then what you do is you shower the customer with your value, because the Consumer Duty requires that you do that. You then introduce your fee. You then get commitment to the fee. In other words, you need to close. So I could take it then you'll be comfortable to go ahead with that then. Get them to sign whatever paperwork you need to sign, and then move on. It's as simple as that. But the first bit actually is quite clever. Contextualise with other professionals. Because what you want to do here is explain to them that there are other people in the sector, in the industry, in the house buying process, that charge fees. So Mr. Brown, let me explain to you how I make a living. Now, as you can appreciate, you're going to be dealing with a number of professional people in the house purchase process. You're going to be dealing with lawyers. You're going to be dealing with surveyors. You're going to be dealing with accountants, possibly if you're self-employed. You're going to be dealing with estate agents who, yeah, they're professional people, to get what you say they are. Now, these people, as you can appreciate, will all charge you a fee according to their time and expertise. Now, we've run through the costs of the lawyers. As you can see, they're charging you £1,000 plus the VAT. And the surveyors are charging £1,000 for a full building survey. And your accountant may well make a charge for the accounts. Estate agents charge 1% of the value of the property for their services as well. Now, as you can appreciate, I also charge a fee. That's fine, because you're a professional, you see. Now, notice what I've done. I've skied downhill. Lawyers will charge you £1,000 plus the VAT, etc., etc. So you may only charge 500, 750. I don't know whatever it is you need to charge, but you're coming downhill. You're ski downhill. So you got them thinking £1,000, you know, £1,000 for the survey. You're £500, which obviously, when you give them the figure, is a lot less. Now, what you then do before you give them the figure is you shower them with value. Now, let me just remind you, Mr. Brown, exactly what it is I'm going to do for you to allow me to, to give you a great service. Now, as you can appreciate, I deal with hundreds of clients and have done all over the last few years, and I can answer all of your questions. I'll set you up on WhatsApp, and if you've got any questions you want to ask me, just WhatsApp me a question and I'll answer it for you. Now, obviously, I won't answer it 24/7 because I need my sleep like everybody else, but I do work fairly flexibly as well. As you know, I have access to the entire marketplace for lenders. I have some brilliant software here which allows me to search lenders that, if you Googled them, you would never get anywhere near. And I'm able to find out from those lenders which one offers you the very best deal, be it interest rate, terms, conditions, etc. So that's something that's really important to all my clients. I handle all the paperwork. I deal with everything for you. Now, a lot of it's not paper, a lot of it's digital now, but I send these things around the system, lawyers and the lender, etc. I handle all the paperwork for you and deal with all the issues. I guide you along the whole process. I'm there to help you through, kind of holding your hand, if you like, if that's what you need from me. And I've done this for lots of people and I really enjoy doing it, and I'm going to make sure you get the very best service for that. Now, for that, Mr. Brown, I do charge a fee. We do receive some procuration fees, or commission if you like, from lenders. They pay us a small fee according to the loan that we use. But I also charge you a professional fee for my time and effort, and the cost of that fee is £500 including the VAT, or £500 plus the VAT. If you want to get clever with that, a lot of people leave out the pounds. I don't know, it's a bit cliquey, isn't it? The cost of that is £500. It's just, it sounds less, but I wouldn't go with that route as well. So my fee for this service is £500. Now, make sure that you use a bit of psychology here. Be confident with your fee, because you need to be. Make sure your voice goes down as you explain it. So for that value and for the time that I'm going to provide for you for this particular project that you have, the fee I'm going to charge you is £500. Going down with your voice, it becomes a command. It becomes assertive and sure. If you said the fee for my work and my effort is £500, becomes doubtful. Don't ever lift your voice when explaining things to clients. And that's my fee. So how does that sound to you then, Mr. Brown? Can I take it then? You'd be happy to go ahead. So do the vicar close as well at this point. Don't just leave them to think about it. It's just don't do that. It's not professional. It really isn't professional. So then, Mr. Brown, how does that sound to you? Can I take it then that you'll be happy to go ahead with that? Or can I take it you'll be happy to proceed on that basis? And then wait for their reaction. If they put up a bit of a fuss, then you might think, well, actually, you don't really want them as your client. Because if they're going to put up a fuss with a £500 fee, they're going to put up fusses everywhere. You guarantee it. So you might just say, okay, well, I understand where you're coming from. Now, I'm not right for everybody, and it may well be, Mr. Brown, that I'm not right for you. I understand that. You may want to find somebody that's not going to charge you a fee. But, you get what you pay for, and I'll leave that to you. Perhaps I'm not right for you, and I accept that, fine. I'm not right for everybody. And go quiet. You might find then, oh, actually, Paul, no, hold on. You are right for me. I like what you do. That's fine. We'll go ahead with that. Can you just run through those total fees again for me? Okay, well, you got your profit, so you can certainly do that. I wouldn't start overcoming objections. Don't go there. You're dealing with the reservations before they become problems, because you've outlined your value. You've told them what you're going to get for the fee. You've told them how you work, how you operate, your success, etc. You've done all of that. You've built a rapport. You've built trust in the 15-minute discovery call, so they know how you operate and how you roll. So there's no reason to start overcoming objections. If they want to go and shop around for a cheaper broker, let them go and do it. You don't want customers like that or clients. That's the way it is. I've seen it. I've dealt with that in the past where I've been desperate for work and I've taken everything on, and you end up just dealing with people that are an absolute pain. So don't even go there. So that's the fee conversation, which is just a way of handling the fee. So I hope that's been useful.